This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones.
And I'm Peter Dubois. First tonight, members of a Maine tribe are the latest to file civil complaints against the Maine Diocese.
Our David Ledford has the story.
Maine Catholic Diocese has known for decades, if not hundreds of years, that it had a significant, serious problem with child sex abuse among its priests.
4 members of the Penobscot tribal nation are suing the Roman Catholic Diocese of Portland, claiming that the group concealed information that enabled abuse. The 4 men allege that they were sexually abused as children by 3 priests at St. Anne's Catholic Church on the Penobscot Indian Island Reservation. Patricia Graffam, program coordinator for the Penobscot Nation Domestic and Sexual Violence Advocacy Center, says that the lawsuits are an important step towards justice for the survivors.
I hope going forward, I hope the 4 men from Penobscot Nation today, I hope this is the beginning of their healing journey. It makes me sad. Attorney Michael Bigos, who is handling the cases with Berman and Simmons trial attorneys, says that the abuse in 3 of the cases took place between 1972 and 1979, when the plaintiffs were between 7 and 12 years old. Bigos says the 4th incident took place in 1987, when one of the plaintiffs was 16 years old. These civil complaints bring the total number of lawsuits filed against the Portland Diocese by Berman and Simmons to 25.
We hope with the filing of these lawsuits that other survivors that may want to come forward will feel comfortable in doing so, that there is safety in numbers, and that when it's their time, they can come forward.
Bigos says that 2 of the alleged victims wish to remain anonymous at this time, and that the law firm hopes to depose the 2 living priests named in the lawsuits. In Bangor, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
In other news tonight, a driver led police on a chase through several towns in Waldo County Thursday morning. The Waldo County Sheriff's Office received a call about a vehicle being driven recklessly. Deputies caught up with that vehicle on the Oak Hill Road in Swanville. At that time, the driver failed to stop for officers, which resulted in a pursuit. Additional law enforcement responded and deployed a tire deflating device in Belfast. The driver continued to try to flee with deflated tires until members of the Maine State Police were able to perform a pit maneuver on the vehicle in Windsor. The operator was transported to Waldo County General Hospital by sheriff's deputies for evaluation. It's expected that criminal charges will be filed following his release.
Fire left a Herman residence uninhabitable. Crews were called to the York Road a little after noon today. Herman Fire Chief Cody Sullivan says no one was home when that fire started.
When first arriving crews arrived on scene, we found some heavy fire conditions on the 2nd floor of the structure. The crews went into fast attack mode and made a quick knockdown of the fire.
Sullivan says there is significant smoke and fire damage to the 2nd floor and smoke and water damage to the rest of the home. There is no word on a cause.
Bangor Public Works wrapped up another day of cleanup at the former Valley Avenue homeless encampment. According to City Manager Debbie Laurie, the cleanup efforts over the past 2 days have been extensive. 13 families and individuals have been relocated. Several organizations partnered with the city to provide those homeless individuals with housing vouchers and other resources. 9 families secured permanent housing on Tuesday. We're told 3 were able to find temporary housing while they figure out a permanent situation for their families, and 1 family chose to go their own way. Lori says that 4 landlords stepped up to help with housing so far just for this project. Crews will be back on Valley Ave tomorrow to continue their cleanup efforts. They're expected to be in the area for around half the day and will not be closing the road during their cleanup.
The Municipal Review Committee, which recently found a new company to relaunch the Hamden trash plant, has provided an update on next steps for the facility. The MRC recently committed to exclusivity with Innovative Resources Recovery, thanks to an agreed purchase price of $3 million and an already secured deposit of $350,000. At a town hall meeting on Thursday, Innovative representatives said they will focus on immediate efforts moving forward, including facility upgrades, employment, and restarting the plant. MRC representatives said they will continue to maintain a 10% stake in the facility to monitor future management of the plant.
MRC will have a seat at the table and be part of the management team that is responsible for the oversight of the facility. So we're encouraged by that and feel like that is going to give us an opportunity to have boots on the ground and view inside the facility.
Innovative representatives say they are looking for environmentally sustainable solutions for the plant's future. They still have a deadline to close on the purchase by June 2nd before the transition can continue. And if all goes as planned, the facility should be up and running in the next 18 months.
Penobscot County has put the former YMCA building in Bangor up for sale. The building on Hammond Street has fallen into disrepair in recent years. The county purchased the building in 2017. Penobscot County Administrator Scott Adkins says the county originally planned to house inmates there to ease overcrowding at the county jail. Now he hopes the building can be repurposed in another way that could benefit the city.
Could be transitional housing, affordable housing, a combination of, and finding the right partner to take that project on would have to. Would have to be something that the commissioners looked at in order to make that happen. I don't see us doing that on our own.
Adkins says right now the county's biggest priority is keeping the building from deteriorating any further.
In other news tonight, legislative leaders met in the State House's Hall of Flags to recognize April as Organ Donation Month here in Maine. To honor the month, a slew of speakers, including Governor Janet Mills, Secretary of State Shanna Bellows, and representatives personally affected by organ donations, all spoke about the importance of signing up to be a donor.
Anyone can sign up to be an organ donor. Anyone can save a life. There is such a need, and you could make that difference. Give someone a few more years with their kids or their grandkids. It doesn't matter who you are, where you live in the state, how old you are. You should sign up today to get that red heart on your license or ID.
According to Governor Mills, 1,325 lives were saved in New England from organ donors last year alone. If you would like to become a donor, you can register for the program at the State Bureau of Motor Vehicles or visit registerme.org.
Well, educators, parents, and legislators are highlighting a growing concern that many preschools serving students with disabilities are at a risk of closure, and they're also looking into what the state of Maine can do to help. Devin Dagnalt has the story.
This is a bill that's really a hopeful bill that really is trying to help kids realize their fullest potential.
The Maine Association for Community Service Providers recently surveyed 24 special purpose preschool programs in the state. From that survey, all schools reported having a wait list. Nearly 3/4 of them reported having to reduce their census within the last year, and 20% reported they considered closing their program altogether. According to Representative Drew Katine, many of these problems are due to inadequate funding and reimbursement.
Right now, these kids get health care services through MaineCare, but there isn't any state contribution to the educational services that they need.
Thursday, Katine presented LD 1309 as a solution for special purpose preschool reimbursement. An exact amount has not been determined, but if passed, the bill would direct Child Development Services to eventually provide more funding to special purpose preschool programs.
But really what this bill does is it requires the state to work with providers and teachers and educators and families to try to develop that rate. And once that work is done, we'll know exactly how much it could cost.
According to the executive director of Kids Peace, Rachel Bosquet, if the bill does not pass, it could spell disaster for not only the schools, but for the families they serve as well.
When you're thinking about preschool and you're thinking about that specialized care, if that didn't exist, the burden, honestly, that it would put on a number of families, communities, schools, and so it's really an effort in order to support.
In Augusta, Devin Dagnall, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, the Maine Department of Health and Human Services wants to remind Maine residents and visitors to be on the lookout for brown-tail moth caterpillars. This is the time of year when the caterpillars become most active, and they shed tiny toxic hairs that can cause a skin rash like poison ivy. the hairs remain toxic in the environment for up to 3 years. So the Maine Forest Service has found evidence of brown-tailed moth activity in all 16 Maine counties. If you see dark brown caterpillars with white stripes along the side and 2 reddish dots on the back, or their web-like nests in trees, keep your distance and call a professional or someone otherwise experienced with removing the pests. You can contact 211 for answers to frequently asked questions on those brown-tailed moths. And it's definitely an important reminder. You know, at a minimum, the rash is uncomfortable and takes a little while to get rid of. I've also heard of in extreme cases, the hairs causing respiratory issues as well. Right. So they're kind of like an unspoken little nuisance, but that can become a bigger nuisance. Yeah, definitely a topic of conversation, especially as we transition into season, into the, being out, people being outdoors more has more. It's contributing to more risk as well. Yeah, it's an unfortunate, kind of convergence of circumstance. The weather's great. Right. You get outside and you're wearing, less clothing. Exactly. And then enter, this nuisance that can get on your skin and really cause problems. Definitely something to be on the lookout for. Alrighty, well, something else to be on the lookout for. What's the weather looking like for the next few hours? Let's get a first check of our forecast and find out.
Thank you so much, Beth and Peter. Happy Thursday. Our first weather today is brought to you by Saliba's Rug Cleaners, Maine's largest rug cleaning destination for over 70 years. What a beautiful day out there today. Speaking of 70s, close to 70 degrees earlier today. Lots of sunshine, just a few passing clouds in the northern part of the state. But overall, though, what a wonderful day. We did start out pretty chilly. Temperatures close to the freezing mark here in town. By the coast, we even had some 30s. Look at Machias, even some 20s. We're showing up there earlier this morning, but a nice rebound today. Close to 70 degrees here in town, even some mid-70s just to the west. And some places did reach close to 80 degrees. The coast, though, did have some cooler temperatures in the upper 50s to lower 60s. But even up north with that snowpack, we saw 60s, even close to 70 degrees. So snow is definitely starting to disappear slowly and slowly. Winds, though, are a bit on the breezy end right now, 13 miles an hour here in town. The coast not looking too bad. We're looking at 10 mile per hour sustained winds into Machias. Wind gusts closer to 15 to 20, so not too bad there. Tonight, though, we're going to have a nice and pleasant night. Temperatures will continue to cool off, hovering well above average in those upper 40s. Beth and Peter?
Very, very comfortable there.
Yeah, another night of balmy temperatures for sure. Well, coming up on ABC 7 News at 6, we'll take you down to a career fair at the University of Maine.
And we'll hear from Bangor's engineering department on beautifying Pickering Square. Those stories and more when ABC 7 News at 6 comes right back.
Bucksport Regional Health Center has cared for the community for almost 50 years. We are trusted and compassionate providers. We have also given thousands of COVID-19 vaccines because the COVID-19 vaccine is very safe, very effective, and your best shot at protecting yourself from COVID. Trust us. Trust the vaccine. Protect yourself. Take your shot against COVID-19.
Asking the right question can greatly impact your future.
Are you qualified to do this?
What? Especially when it comes to your finances.
Are you a certified financial planner?
I'm a CFP professional.
CFP professionals are committed to acting in your best interest. That's why it's gotta be a CFP.
If you think you have Dupuytren's contracture, there's a simple test you can take. From anywhere, try to lay your hand flat against the surface. If you can't, you may have Dupuytren's contracture. Talk to a hand specialist about your options, including non-surgical treatments.
Looking for a new work experience? Fox and ABC Bangor are partnering with local employers to feature the best local job opportunities, like this one.
Central Maine Exteriors is a home remodeling contractor specializing in windows, doors, siding, roofing, decks, as well as interior remodels and new construction. We are hiring framing and finishing carpenters. Call 290-2750.
Mossy Ledge Spirits is a true hidden gem in Etna. Located just 3 miles off I-95, exit 167, we are home to tastings, tours, cocktails, to-go drinks, bottles, live music, minis, and priceless memories. You're sure to fall in love with our handcrafted, unique, and deliciously clean-tasting spirits and feel right at home in our family-friendly environment. Mossy's Mobile Spirits is offering mobile bar service for weddings and large events. So enjoy some pizza and raise the glass here at Mossy Ledge Spirits.
General Rental Center has been serving Central Maine for more than 30 years with an extensive inventory, including mini track loaders with attachments, full-size track skid steer, track loader and backhoe, wheel loader with attachments, a 50-foot towable aerial lift, and a 45-foot self-propelled four-wheel drive lift. If you can't find it on our website, we can find it for you. Call for multi-day and weekend special rates.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back. There was a lot of matchmaking taking place at the University of Maine today. Professional matchmaking, that is. The College of Education and Human Development and the Penobscot River Educational Partnership hosted a career fair. Education students from colleges and universities around the state got a chance to meet school districts looking to fill job openings.
A really good thing is for our students to graduate from the University of Maine, but also stay here when they graduate and fill the positions and needs here in the state of Maine for public education.
Many schools have reported having a tough time finding enough people to fill their positions. More than 20 school districts and the Maine Department of Education were among those meeting with students that are ready or getting ready to graduate.
Certainly an exciting time for them. Well, Bangor's engineering department hosted a community design workshop to drum up ideas on how to beautify Pickering Square. The public workshop kicks off a series of roundtable discussions on the project. During the meeting, community members shared their ideas for the multi-phase endeavor. Landscaper and architect Jeff Davis says there's been lots of interest in adding more public art and green spaces in the area. He says the department will consider the public input as they plan the final phase of the Pickering Square improvements.
When you have a public project, you want the public's input because it's not just me that's going to use the space, it's the residents, the business owners, people visiting. So we really want to know what people want to use and want to see here so people actually use it.
There's also a survey out on the city's Facebook page where the public can comment on fixtures and amenities they'd like to see added to Pickering Square.
I just think it's great that they really definitely are emphasizing the importance of that public input and making it really accessible for people to provide that input, holding in-person meetings as well as an online survey. So definitely, if you have any strong feelings about what you'd like to see there,
weigh in. This is your opportunity.
Absolutely.
All righty.
Well, still to come on ABC 7 News at 6, there's an ongoing fundraiser to build an indoor sports dome in Holton.
And in sports, John Baptist baseball is loaded with seniors and gearing up to make a run in Class B North. We'll have that story right after the break.
This is Jane. She's doing her darndest to find the difference. The difference between my Betty sofa and this competitor's sofa that costs twice as much. Theirs comes in 2 colors with 2 pillows. Mine has 4 pillows, comes in 3 colors, multiple size options, and hundreds of 5-star reviews for just $4.99 each. Theirs is over $500 more than mine. In fact, you can get 2 Bettys for less than their 1. I guess the difference is at Bob's, you pay less and get more. Give your wallet a break. The spring break at Bob's.
Hi, this is Jason.
And this is Jessica from Tossie's Checkout,
a family-owned business located in Glenburn.
Inviting you to come experience that welcoming hometown feeling when you're visiting our neck of the woods.
You can always expect tasty treats,
pizza,
spirits,
familiar faces,
and quality gasoline.
With summer approaching and Pushaw Lake nearby,
we look forward to seeing your smiling faces.
Come check us out.
Machias Savings Bank is proud to partner with Luke's Lobster.
If I didn't have the right people around me, there's no chance Luke's Lobster would be what it is today. It was amazing that once the Machias door opened, I realized how many of my friends were already inside. Machias understands commodities. They understand manufacturing and production. They understand local small restaurants. And so this is naturally a fit.
Machias Savings Bank, the bank of yes.
Tonight's Sports is brought to you by Engstrom's Auto Service in Guilford. We specialize in all foreign and domestic service and alignments.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Thursday marks the first day of high school spring sports, so we will kick things off on the diamond. As they gear up for the 2023 season, the John Baptist Crusaders are loaded with experience, and with that comes expectations. Ryan Sudol has the story.
After an early exit in last year's playoffs, John Baptist baseball and their 10 seniors are ready to hit the ground running.
It's reassuring when you're top heavy like that and you guys have experience. It makes all the difference.
For those 10, this season is a culmination of a years-long journey together.
We've all grown up together, and a lot of us just have great chemistry. It's really nice having played with all these guys for so many years. It's really nice building up to this moment this year.
The Crusaders lost to 11-seed Foxcroft Academy in the first round of the Class B tournament. With the desire for revenge and the returning class, the expectation has shifted.
Our goal last year was to host a playoff game, and this year is to win some playoff games, and I think that mindset change is really going to help boost us to success.
That and their sheer depth. For instance, the Crusaders have 8 pitchers, 4 catchers, and plenty who can play multiple positions. No spot is safe.
No, it's really good because we can all battle and push each other for spots. You know, we can't take any practices off. We have to always go out there. All of us have a spot to lose. Nothing's set in stone, especially when we have this much depth.
And there's no denying that the talent is there with already developed skills, so all it comes down to is making it happen come first pitch.
You know, for us, it's just about executing. You know, we know what we have to do is being smart, being focused, and for us, we know we're going to pitch well, we know we're going to play defense well. The key for us is going to be getting on base and making stuff happen.
To put it lightly, Class B North is stacked with powerhouses like Old Town and defending champs Ellsworth. But the Crusaders are confident and nowhere near scared.
The better teams, we can compete with all of them no matter who they're throwing. But I think the league is pretty top-heavy this year. So I'm looking forward to playing those better teams. I think we could really make a push for the Northern Maine Final this year with the depth that we have in pitching and positions and everything, really.
In Orono, I'm Ryan Sudol, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
Thanks for that, Ryan. Let's stay on the diamond here. Beautiful day for it, right? Husson softball held their home openers on Thursday, hosting Plymouth State. Eagles looking for their 9th straight win in Game 1 over the Panthers, and this was a dominant outing for senior pitcher McKenna Smith. Smith threw a complete game shutout, a one-hitter to be fair. She struck out 17 of the 24 batters she faced and walked 2, so 22 at-bats, 17 strikeouts, and was absolutely unhittable on the mound. Puts her over the 130 strikeout mark this season, along with some timely offense in the bottom of the 5th to break the game open. It was enough for a 6-0 win for the Eagles. They also lead the Panthers right now in Game 2. That one started around 5. We will have those highlights at 10 and 11. And that is all the time we have for sports. Here's Conrad Sapinski with your full 5-day forecast. Conrad?
Thank you so much, Tyler. Happy Thursday. Our main weather today is brought to you by C&K Variety. Stop by C&K Variety in Herman today for hand toss, pizza, subs, salads, and more. C&K Variety, your local go-to convenience store. Take a look at all of these temperatures, folks. 80s all the way up north. We even have some 80s in Canada. Look at Ottawa right now coming in 82 degrees. It's much warmer than New Orleans right by the Gulf of Mexico. Temperatures there are only in the 60s and 70s. We're actually going to continue to stick around some well above average temperatures the next several days. We're just going to get more and more rounds of warmer air moving on in. And then maybe next week we'll start to really settle those temperatures down closer to average. Of course, no snow here in town by the coast. Same story. Even in Millinocket, we're looking at barely any snow. You got to go well up north to see a little bit of snow into Caribou, where some places have around 6 inches of snow on the ground right now, but more and more will continue to melt. But a really nice and pleasant day out there today. Good amount of sunshine, temperatures close to 70 degrees, just a few passing clouds in the northern part of the state. But overall, though, lots of sunshine. The south does have a little bit of rain, some thunderstorms closer to Atlanta and closer to New Orleans. And look at this blue showing up here in the west. That's actually some pretty steady snow falling at the moment. But overall, though, most of the country is pretty clear. The center part of the country, northeast, is seeing a lots of sunshine. We did see a good amount of clouds the last several weeks. We had 80% cloud cover, 100% cloud cover, really more of an overcast type of trend the last several weeks. But take a look at the last couple of days, though. Barely any clouds have been in the area, and that's going to be the trend the next several days for us until more chances of rain arrive. That's going to be in the next 4 days. Air quality, though, not much to talk about here. Really good air quality here. Down south, though, more on the moderate end. So a really perfect day to go outside, enjoy those warm, pleasant temperatures today, tomorrow, and then into Saturday. Tonight, though, another warm night. Temperatures in those mid to upper 40s, actually. Mostly clear skies. Great night to go outside, enjoy those warm temperatures, and really see the stars. Have a good night. Tomorrow, a really nice 70 degrees, mostly sunny skies, a light breeze once again. So tomorrow is your go-to to go outside, enjoy those temperatures. Same story on Saturday. Then Sunday we cool down as our extended forecast outlook does show more chances of rain. That's going to be arriving in 4 days, though. By Monday, we're looking at more chances of showers and then lingering showers into Tuesday. Temperatures still above average and hovering in those 50s and lower 60s. Beth and Peter?
In the meantime, just focus on those 3 gorgeous days we have coming at us.
Seriously, cannot wait. And, you know, a little rain never hurts, especially this time of year.
All
too.
good. Yep, indeed. Well, there is still more to come. Stay with us.
Time to get to the Toyota Spring Sales Event for affordable 3.99% financing on a luxurious Highlander. So come get your savings, then get out there. Toyota, let's go places.
I know there's conflicting information about Dupuytren's contracture.
I thought I couldn't get treatment yet.
Well, people may think that their contracture has to be severe to be treated, but it doesn't. If you can't lay your hand flat on the table, talk to a hand specialist.
But what if I don't want surgery?
Well, then you should find a hand specialist certified to offer non-surgical treatments.
What's the next step?
Visit findahandspecialist.com today to get started.
I got hurt in a car accident, and I've got some questions. Can a lawyer start working on my case for no money up front? Could I settle my case without going to court? Shouldn't I just trust the insurance company to give me what's fair?
I answer car accident questions like these every day. Call the Twos and let's talk about your case.
I called the Twos, and Lowry & Associates got me $300,000.
Call the Twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do you do? Call 222-2222.
Hey, Red Sox fans, you've got to play You Pick 'em Red Sox at foxbangor.com. Local weekly winners receive prizes from Herman Meadow Golf Club, Penobscot Poorhouse, or The Local. Register now at foxbangor.com. You Pick 'em Red Sox is sponsored by Eddington Store in Eddington, Main Collision Center in Bangor, and Twin City Tile in Brewer. Luna Family Auto Sales is a locally owned business run by a husband and wife team.
Here at Luna Family Auto Sales, we combine our passion for cars with providing service to the community and local economy. Featuring no dark or hidden fees at all, we offer financing for all credit types and service everything we sell.
Check out our website at lunafamilyautosales.com.
Or come in and say hi. We'd love to meet you and introduce ourselves. Luna Family Auto Sales, 649 Stillwater Ave, Old Town.
Tonight, the appeals court abortion pill ruling. Plus, with record high heat on the move, the state's facing red flag warnings. With so much at stake, more Americans turn to the most watched program on television. World News Tonight with David Muir.
Welcome back. And finally tonight, fundraising is now underway for a new multi-sport domed indoor facility in Holden, and it could be built by the end of the year. River City Athletics has already raised more than $800,000 towards the sports park that will have a 70 by 110-yard indoor turf playing surface, along with 4 other turf fields, a walking trail, playground, and miscellaneous spaces for parties, as well as storage for sports teams.
There are so many organizations, from youth soccer to baseball to football to softball, that just need space. Even high schools, middle schools that need space. So this complex will meet that, and it will also be an economic driver when we have events and tournaments.
The proposed site for the project is a 25.5-acre lot at the corner of Route 1A and the Bagaduce Road in Holden. The nonprofit is looking for businesses to be field sponsors and other donations to help get that project up and running, or project finished. And just those renderings alone are...
That looks incredible.
Yeah, they're so impressive. And,
wow,
I mean,
huge.
How big would that be for that community and probably surrounding communities too?
That would really be a sports mecca for the region for sure. I think even they will be surprised at the demand that they're going to see for a facility like that.
Yeah, really cool that we're talking about that right now.
Alrighty, folks, that's going to do it for us. Take care and have a great night.
Good night, everyone.